everyone. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to do some pop art today. I called this set Pop Hearts Nails because we're going to use the cutest little iridescent hearts. Aren't these super duper cute? And pink and purple is all about Valentine's, and so is hearts, right? We're gonna use pinks and purples and whites. White 219, and then the pink is A609, and then the purple or lavender is A608, and those are Beetles products. We're not actually going to use that purple liner, but we're going to use this one, this white liner from Model 1. As you are watching me do these nails, just know if you have any questions on products, where to find them, what I'm using, all that kind of stuff is listed down below in the description. So if you just tap on more or see more, if you are on your computer, more if you're on your phone watching this. And yeah, you will pull down like a whole menu of, or not menu, but a whole list of things that I wrote down for you so you can go and get them if you want any of these items. I'm not affiliated with any of these companies except for Beetles. I do have a coupon code for you if you like this lavender polish. It's gel polish and it cures under an LED lamp for 1 minute. And it's just super smooth. I really do like the Beetles colors. If you couldn't tell, I use them all the time. Well, lately anyway. So yeah, go and get 35% off by using my code, Laura35, and my name is spelt a little different. It's Lora 35 at BeetlesGel.com. And now that we are finished doing that little insert for advertising them. Let's get to the art. Oh my gosh, I love this soft lavender color. And I kind of am going for like that like avant-garde kind of look. And so I did one coat of the lavender and then I cured it under the LED lamp for 1 minute. And now I'm using the white liner from Model 1, and I drew on the heart and a couple of lines. And now I'm going to fill in one of those lines with this pink, and it just pops. And once all of these colors like come together, it really does pop. It's so pretty. I love that it's called pop art because it certainly does, doesn't it? Anyways, so I filled in one of these lines with the pink. The other one is already filled in with the lavender, and then the white is dividing it. And I just kind of take my time. I know I kind of sped up the video so you wouldn't have to watch it for an hour, but you could see it all in half the time if I speed it up. So yeah, I work pretty slowly, especially because I'm using my very favorite liner pencil, which is a pretty short one, I guess. And so I kind of do like the stutter effect where I tap, 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 and then drag. And it just works for me. Everybody kind of has a different technique, but this is the one that works best for me, and it makes it easier for me to define those straight lines and pull them, nice and evenly. Yeah, so this one is definitely my favorite. Let me know down below if you do any nail art, if you have any nail brushes or art brushes, if you prefer the shorter ones or if you prefer the longer ones. I know that a lot of people, when doing long lines like this, they will use their liner brush, which is a very long brush. And yeah, I have one of those too, but for whatever reason, I can't draw long lines in with it. Anyways, yeah, so we just filled it in with the pink and I did two different coats. This is the second coat that I'm doing now. I cured in between coats for 1 minute and just whatever gel polish you're using or liner. This is actually polish, but the pink one, but liner that you're using, just go off of the manufacturer's suggestions on how long they're supposed to cure, because I know that every gel is a little different, right? But yeah, with the second coat, I definitely like seriously defined that heart. And oh my gosh, I love how it turned out. I love hearts anyway, right? So now I'm going to do the pop art shine effect, and that's what those little lines and dots are all about. And yeah, so cute. And now I want to show you, I ended up taking this little part off, but I wanted to show you that this is the process. Sometimes I do things and it takes me, I think this took me like a full 3 minutes just to figure it out. It was bugging me. It wasn't as curvy as I wanted it to be. It was flooded a little bit at the top, and oh my gosh, I just worked it until I couldn't handle it anymore. And then I went and I rubbed it off, and you're going to see that any second. I just rubbed it right off, all before curing. And that is what I love about gel. See? I just wiped it right off. I'm like, mm-mm. And then and then I cured it. So that's what I love about gel, is that you can play, you can figure it out as you go, and it's not permanent until you cure it, right? So this is the second nail. The first one was the pinky, right? So I think this is the middle one. Is this the middle one? No, actually, this one is the pointer finger. And I was having so much trouble with this white. It had like two fuzzies in it. And as soon as I pulled out I saw the first fuzzy, and then I pulled it out, and then I saw a second fuzzy. I think I put on that same fuzzy on again in a different place. It drove me crazy, but I ended up, you know, playing with it so much that it got a little thick. So I hung it upside down for a second before I cured it so that it would balance itself out. Another thing I love about gels is that they just balance themselves out, yeah, before they dry. So or before they're cured, you can work with them, and that I love. I love, love, love. I also love hearts. Who here is a heart lover? Oh my gosh, I'm so if I could have like hearts, everything, like wearing heart sweaters and heart leggings, and I would go for it, seriously. Yeah, that and polka dots, right? But so I am honestly having the greatest time when I'm making these nails, because it's just all about hearts, right? So first I just polished it all white, cured it for 1 minute, and then I used the pink, which is the pink polish, which one was that? Was that 60? I think that's 609, B609 from Beatles. Yeah, I'll have that written down in the description. But I just created a heart, and then I um, encased it with this pink. So yeah, and then I used the point of the heart, and I decided to create like a chevron effect on this nail, and I'm totally out of shot. So I'm so sorry. But yeah, sometimes I just get so into it, right? That I'm not even paying attention to my camera at all. I'm just, playing with polish. That's the fun part, right? So I'm just making this chevron, and it is, let's see, can't even see it at this point. I'm so sorry. But yeah, there we go. It is white heart encased in pink with a huge white chevron, and then a pink chevron. And then, of course, I decide to add some purple, but I cure right after I add the pink, and that probably could have stayed just like that. But once it was out of the lamp, then I decided to add some purple and oh my goodness, and now I'm out of shot again. This is crazy. This is the only nail I think that I am out of shot in the whole video, but I realized it about, I think somewhere around here, and I was like, oh, I need to bring my hand up a little bit. But yeah, so now I'm adding the purple and yeah, I am loving these colors together for sure. Valentine's Day is coming up. If you're watching this just as I am uploading it, then it is just what we're in the middle of January, so we're trying to, all us nail techs are trying to get out our newest Valentine's creations out on YouTube so that everybody in the world can see them and bring them to their manicurist and say, I want something like this. And so this is Valentine's month for us is the month of January. So January 2023. And how cute did that turn out? So I liked it. I really liked it, but I also thought that it was missing definition. Right? So I decided to define the lines, the colors, by separating them by a thin line now. And so I think that that absolutely added what it needed to make it, go well with this pop art collection, right? And so I go in and I define and using the liner instead of the white gel. I think at one point I tried just to use the gel, but the liner is just a touch brighter than the gel polish was. And so it gives it like a little bit of a 3D, like a lifted effect. And I love that. I love detail. I love contrast. Um, anything really that adds a little pop to it, right? And so yeah, of course I'm going to do it, especially with the pop art, right? So trying to pop it as much as I possibly can. And so yeah, I just divide the lines. I think this nail took me longer than any of the other nails, and I loved the way it turned out so much. I just kept going and going and going. And it's so funny because I did not, I knew that these were going to be matte because I promised you guys that I would be doing a matte set soon since I'm so obsessed with the shiny, right? The shiny top coat. So I ended up matting this at the end, but knowing that it was going to be matte, I was kind of steering away from the idea of adding like rhinestones or anything like that to it, right? Because the art itself is supposed to be what pops, right? So I just kept going and going and going, and I surprised myself because I was still going, and now I'm adding that pop of kind of cartoon shine. It's like the glare, the cartoon glare, I guess. But yeah, and I was like, I'm still like, it's crazy because I need to do more and more and more. So I added another one here. And this is why this nail took longer than any of the other nails in this entire set, because there's so many different colors and there's so many different, like areas that that I'm working on. And I'm like, am I done yet? Am I done? No, I don't think I am. So I'm just adding little lines and dots, and that makes like that cartoon look or whatever. So cute. And of course, I wanted to add a little bit on the inside of that white heart. And of course, on the other side too. And I was like, maybe I should also add some to the white. So that's why I ended up doing this. I'm like, okay, am I finished? I'm almost finished. Almost, not quite, almost. But yeah, so, and then I put the dots on, and then I am finally satisfied after these two little dots. And I'm like, yes, that's what I wanted it to look like. So that was the end of that one. Alrighty, so now we are on to our middle nail, which is this beautiful pink. Oh my gosh, I love this pink so much. This is like what I would describe as Barbie pink. And yeah, love, love, love this. I did 2 coats of it. I cured for 1 minute in between each coat. And then I decided to do some, um, oh gosh, paint drips, I guess. Okay, so my mind is already or still kind of in the Christmas theme because we just finished all of our Christmas art, right? Christmas season. So I decided that I wanted to do drips, but I wanted those iridescent hearts that I showed you in the very beginning. I wanted those to be at the bottom of the drip because sometimes, the drip is like just a big circular blob, right? But with this one, I was like, you know what? I'm going to put the hearts in right here. And yeah, I loved that I did. But you'll see, I started out kind of with a thin white paint spill, I guess, at the top. And then I was like, you know what? It needs to be thicker. So I thickened it up a little bit. You see me doing that right now. Just using the white. Oh, this one? Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about this. So, have you ever started out with using a gel and then finished it with using the liner? Like, that's what I started. I started this like white blob. I started using the gel color. You can see there's two little white um, dots on my palette over to the right down below that I'm pulling the polish off of, right? Well, the one that is up higher, that's polish. And then the one that I'm dipping in now is liner. And it scared me because if you mix colors or not mix colors, but if you mix, oh, what is it? Like different types of gel, then very often in the lamp, they will wrinkle. And I was like, no, I think I just mixed them because I started off with the gel and then I ended up just using the liner, but it didn't wrinkle at all. These are totally different companies too. The gel is Beetles and the liner is Model 1. So, yeah, apparently they're really compatible. And I always use these two, but I don't think I've ever mixed them on accident before. So that was a happy mistake, right? Nothing happened and it worked perfectly fine. So then I just go over, it was just a little thin for my taste. So I could still kind of see the pink coming through. So I just went over it a second time with the liner and it just made that stark kind of thick drip look, right? And it's all about the textures and even though the nail itself, at the end is smooth to the touch, it's kind of an optical illusion that the textures are some are higher than others or whatever. So yeah, it's meant to look like it's thick. So I wanted that white to be very, very stark and deep. So I ended up doing it a second time and I love the way it turned out. It was just so perfect. And honestly, if I didn't have like anything to put on, if all you're using is gel, you could just put like a little circle at the bottom of each strip and it would look amazing just like that. I just thought that that looked so great. But instead, of course, I am using these little heart charms that I showed you in the very beginning, and I'm using my Beetles rhinestone glue to attach them. And then I'm also using it kind of as a, oh, that one was giving me such a hard time. Do you see me struggling to put that heart on? It wouldn't come off the brush. So I finally got it off and then I put it where I wanted it to be. It is now behaving. And so then I use the gel glue, and then I wiped off a little bit of extra that was on the polish. So we don't want it to drip over, right? But I used that kind of on the top of it too. And I cured it for a minute. Actually, I think I cured that for a minute and a half. And now I'm adding my little pop art mock shines. That's what it is. It's a shine, but it's a mock shine. Yeah. So, I love this pop art. I love that it ends up like that. So, I'll show you the finished ones in the end if you are waiting to see the complete set. This is the fourth nail, which is going to be the ring finger, right? And, so we did, once again, there was a fuzzy. It was driving me crazy. I actually had to wipe my entire brush off and then dip it back in to get, yeah, to get it smooth again. But yeah, and pulled it off, and oh my gosh, I love this color. It's so pretty. It's almost like that lavender gray. Can you see that? When you put the white on it, it pops the like the purple out of the lavender. But yeah, just the color alone is almost it would go well with grays also. So anyways, so now I'm doing a different design on this one. Actually, it's kind of the same design, but on a different nail with a different color. And I'm going to pull down both of those drips. I kind of just approached it differently on this one. Yeah, and enjoyed the process. I really, really love doing this pop art. It's so fun. I could probably do this like an entire day if I wanted to, like have clients come in and say, today's pop art day. So we're doing pop art on your nails, no matter what. I'm sure a few of my clients would get up and walk away. Not that I'm doing clients anymore, but the ones that I used to have would be like, pop what? But yeah, some of them would be thrilled. They'd be like, "You're doing what? Yay!" So anything new, right? New and fun. I like to play with my nails. Do you like to play with your nails? Let me know. Or do you have a lot of clients who like to play with their nails, that let your creativity like flow so that you're like, I love this client. She just lets me do whatever I want on her nails. Yeah, I had a few of those and I absolutely loved them for that. So, yeah, and this is the second coat now that I'm doing to make sure that it has that depth once again. And you don't have to do a second coat because you are going to cover it up with your top coat also. So, yeah, if you want to, you can. If you like the depth of color, then you can. And if not, oh, there's there's always at least one notification in these videos. Am I right or am I right? But yeah, that was that one. Sometimes I get like 8 in a row, so I guess I'm blessed that that's not happening. So yeah, I'm doing the second coat of the white now. And yeah, I kind of flooded that tip, but it's so easy to fix. You just wipe off your brush, and once it's clean, you just use it to wipe off the excess and then cure it for a minute. And we are ready to put our rhinestone glue on, just 2 little touches. And then I got smart and decided to use my rhinestone picker upper, and that was so much easier. It didn't get stuck to my my oh, but that one had a flaw in it. That's why I picked it off. Yeah. And it didn't get stuck to my brush. So then I used my brush for that one. There is no rhyme and reason. I'm telling you, it is just wing it and hope for the best. But how cute did that turn out? I love it just like that. But of course, we are going to put our pop art lines on also. I did cure it after I put on the little hearts, and now I'm adding the little pop art mock shine lines. I think that's what they're called, mock shine lines. Yeah. But anyways, so yeah, and that is it for this one. And then we cured it for a minute and yeah, we matte topped it. Yeah, I don't really show that. I don't think I showed the matte topping at all. Maybe once. Maybe I do it at the end of this one. This is the thumb, and this one I had so much fun doing. I knew that I wanted to do waves and a couple of different colors and a lot of hearts. And so that is how this one came to be. I started out with one little wave and yeah, purple waves, right? And then I matched it with a second wave and I'm using these little peaks, the distance of them. I know that I'm going to have waves in between, so I'm waving it all the way up to the center of the nail and then back down. And that's how I was structuring it. And knowing fully well that I was going to add some in between as well, I just kind of cleaned it up a little bit. It went right into the lamp for a minute and right back out. And now we are going to add additional waves in white. So once again, we are making those peaks peak all the way up at the top, at the very center of the nail. And you'll see why I do this in just a second. But do you see how they're all kind of peaking at the same level? Yeah, so, and then I start the pop art look. And yeah, love the way this one turned out too. I just pull it all the way around and then cap it basically. And then I meet it right back up to that first wave. And how cute did that turn out? And then I just fill it in and kept it filled in. And I think I did fill it in a second time. And I'm using the liner to do it the whole time. But yeah, so okay, so the question of the day is, speaking of waves, because it's almost February now, and we are just about to start prepping for our summer vacation. I know it's so funny to think about it in January, but that's when we prep for our summer vacation. That's when we all decide as a family what we want to do, and it usually entails Disney World, but we like to put things on the end also. And we are thinking beach. So yeah, these waves have me thinking of going to the beach this summer. Do you live by a beach? That's the question of the day. Or do you live so far inland that you can only dream of waves? Let me know. And also let me know what your favorite beach vacation is. We usually go to Florida for Disney World, so we might end up at the beach in Florida or something like that. We like to do those little excursions to break up the vacation so that it's not all just roller coasters and Mickey Mouse, right? So let me know down below. And yeah, this is the last nail that we're doing, and now I'm adding the hearts and I'm adding a little bit of gel on top to shine those hearts up and kind of give them a little bit of dimension. I actually did that throughout. I went back and I added a little bit more shine and dimension to each of the hearts on the other two nails that have hearts also. And now I just take my little daughter or my straightener and I straighten out all of the hearts so that they're perfect and they're all kind of attached to a wave. Can you see that? Yeah, so that was my thought process on that. And so I cured that for a minute and then I added the mock shine and yeah, and I pretty sure, actually I did one more thing. I decided to mock the sides of the waves as well, just to kind of add that purple in with the white. I just felt like there was a little too much white on that side, so I wanted to break it up a little bit, and I'm so glad that I did. It ended up just looking exactly how I wanted it. And I even added like a little teeny mock shine right there. And yeah, there you have it. Did I do anything else? No, I think I left it just like that. Now, this is where I started to matte coat. Oh, good. I'm glad that I did show you at least one. But I did matte shine all of them, which ended up making it so much easier to take photos after I had done this set. And yeah, so I did that, and then I couldn't quite get in between those hearts, so I took my small liner brush, and I actually kind of like brushed that gel in between also. That's the matte top coat. And I cured it for a minute, and it turned out just like this. How pretty, how fun. I love them so much. I love the pop of kind of rhinestoney look that the heart they almost look like charms, don't they? Yeah, they were just like little teeny heart decals, and I popped them up by putting that gel on. But I sure hope that you enjoyed hanging out with me today and watching me do the pop hearts nails. And I had so much fun doing them for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I did. Give me ideas down below if you want to see something in particular, and or just like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.